right, y'all, so we got Skip Bayless linking back up with his old-time partner in crime, Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith recently appeared as Skip Bayless's first guest on his Skip Bayless talk show. We gonna talk about if they were able to recapture that lightning in a bottle or if this whole thing just looked like Skip Bayless crawling on his knees begging for help because of the way he used to run it when he was in charge. Now Stephen A's the man and Skip Bayless is just out here trying to get some help because his YouTube thing ain't going right. He's not with Fox no more. Now he has to get it all on his own, and he's realizing that all of those wise cracks and smart remarks that he used to make.
That's stupid, guys.
Now look at where he's at. But y'all keep it locked right here, man. This Straight Shooter podcast, we're going to get into it and more, all right? All right, check it out. Y'all know the vibes, man. It's your boy Swift Dallas, a.k.a. 16-Pad Killer. You tuned in to Straight Shooter Podcast. This is a safe place for unbiased opinions based on facts where we give it to you straight with no chaser, all right? Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit that notification bell so you stay in the loop each and every time I drop these news breaks, all right? All right, so the only reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because now with the wonderful world of YouTube, like, look at what I'm doing. I'm doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? I got my 600 subscribers. Shout out to all of them 600 subscribers. I appreciate all y'all for subscribing. The new subscribers, I appreciate y'all. But I get to do what I want to do. I never got a job in journalism. I'm an A&T graduate. So I got my own studio. I do my own stuff. But, you know, I remember back in the day, I used to watch Cold Pizza. And that was Skip Bayless going at it with, what was the fat dude name? I forgot his name. If y'all remember his name, put it in the comments. And then they used to, you know what I'm saying? That was like First Take before, Woody Page, that's his name. Shout out to Woody Page. But Woody Page and Skip Bayless would go at it all day long. And I used to love that. And Stephen A. Smith was like how they have on Around the Horn with Tony Reali. I remember that was Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman did the first season of that, and that show about to go off the air. But the way they got a group of different guests coming up there, Stephen A. was like a fill-in every now and then on Cold Pizza, where they would do this whole debate thing. And, you know, regardless of whether people like Skip Bayless or not, let's just keep it real. Him and Stephen A. Smith are the blueprint and the pioneers to this debate show format that everybody does and everybody's doing. So anybody that says that they didn't do that, they capping. So we got to give them a round of applause for, you know, pioneering the way for that. No hate in the game about that. Excuse me. But I'm going to keep it real. This episode right here to me just seemed like it was forced. It seemed like it was pushed because now Skip Bayless is out here in these streets. He out here where I'm at. You see where I'm at, right? I don't got no staff. I ain't got none of that. I'm in here getting it off the Grussel. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it all by myself. I'm the cameraman, the handyman, the whole nine. And now guess what? Old Skip Bayless out here in these YouTube streets, just like everybody else, trying to get it off the muscle. And now he's starting to see that, you know, when you don't have them big network dollars behind you and all that stuff where you forced into public living rooms every day, man, ain't nobody trying to hear that bull crap you talking about.
Y'all just don't want to believe the truth.
Now,
you don't want to believe it.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, wanted Stephen A. Smith that it was just a couple months ago, he said he didn't even have a relationship with Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless won't even picking up his calls. You know? He said he said he ain't talked to Skip. You know, now let's see what's going to be next. He going to try to pull Shannon Sharp up there? Y'all put it in the comments. I bet you that's going to be next. He trying to get his ratings up, you know? And then even with the show, they talked about the same thing Charles Barkley was saying. He tired of them ESPN people talked about. They talked about the Cowboys. We don't care about that. he kicked Aaron Rodgers back in again. You know what I'm saying? They talked about that. Of course, they talked about LeBron, but I'm sure Stephen A, before he went up there, said, yo, we ain't going to get into all that courtside stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But it's almost like they was trying to recapture lightning in a bottle, and they might have caught a lightning bug that lived for 30 seconds and then died in the jar. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I mean, let's be real. Stephen A done him a favor. And, you know, I guess Stephen A trying to show that he always going to show protocol, because he will always big up Skip Bayless, saying that Skip Bayless, you know what I'm saying, gave him his shot. And he owes a lot of his career and a lot of his success in the ESPN and what he got going now to Skip Bayless, because Skip Bayless did give him that shot. Because I remember Stephen A back in the day. I remember when he got fired from ESPN. What was the show he had? Quite Frankly, or something like that at a point in time. So I'm telling my age right now, but, you know, those were my college days, you know. But fast forward back to where we at now, I feel like, you know, at the end, especially in the position Stephen A in, he like, you know what? Hey, man, I see this man out here in the struggling. He out here in the ocean by himself. Man, let me throw him a life raft, man. Try to get him some views, because I'm almost willing to bet you this is going to be the biggest episode Skip Bayless ever had. Well, man, now, and that's another thing. Put that in the comments. How many of y'all been checking for this Skip Bayless show? You know, we giving them too much attention right now, but I just want to point out how everything can turn around. You could be on top of the world 1 minute, then next thing you know, boom. You know what I'm saying? You know, you know, you can't call LeBron. No, Jordan ain't coming up there. Come on, talking about he thought about Michael Jordan. He thought about Tom Brady. Now, he might could have got Tom Brady now. And that's a fact. He might could have got Tom, just because Tom, you know, he was meat lapping him so hard, you know. I'm sure Tom
Y'all just don't want to believe the truth.
And
you don't want to believe it.
Talk all day long, because he praised him like he was Jesus. But now, don't get me wrong. Now, Tom is the GOAT. But we don't want to. Yeah, that's it too. We don't want to hear about the Cowboys. We don't want to hear about the Patriots. I'm a Lakers fan, but I don't want to hear about them all the time, man. I want to hear about what's going on right now, and I don't want to hear about the same old stuff over and over again. And it's like they just forced that same format in a bottle for that episode. Just like, man, I need to get this page a spark. And the only person that I know that's sitting on top of the world is my main man. That old typical, you know, hey, man, I made a mistake, man, but I need your help, man. And, you know, now I ain't mad at Stephen A for throwing the dog a bone, but, you know, hey, man, I hope that conversation was real stern and firm, whatever he had with him before he went on it, especially if he just a couple months back on his own show said, yo, man, this man, he ain't even responding to my phone calls, but now you on his podcast. But I do see one thing. It wasn't in. Now, one thing I will say is this. Stephen A was in his studio with his with his tags and promo and screen paper, and Skip was at his spot. Because I know Stephen A won't go. Now, if he would have pulled up over there, I'd say, oh, man. Like the way he just pulled up the Gills Arena and stuff like that. That's dope. I think that's dope that people that are in big markets or big with big corporations do see that this YouTube lane is people that's talented. It's people that got degrees that didn't find jobs, but it's people that know their craft, or people that don't even have degrees but just know how to be them, and people rock with them. So for them to go do that is dope. But this right here, I just feel like this is, you know, I don't know, man. I just feel like, you know, I feel like Stephen A, you really didn't have to do this, but I get why you did it, but, you know, we know why you did it, player. Everybody mad at him about LeBron, you know, he still. Now they gonna say Stephen A sold out. I ain't gonna say he sold out, man. I'm just say he ain't. I'm just say if it was me, I don't think I'd have been able to do that. But like I said, y'all put it in the comments, man. I might have gave him it might have been a phone call. You know, it'd have been one of them joints where they had my face on the screen and it had underneath on the phone. You know, I might have chopped it up with him like that, but you know, I don't know. But then again, like I said, I gotta take that back, man, because you know, when Stephen A. got fired and came back, you know, that man threw him a life raft. So, you know, let's backtrack that. You know, I ain't gonna edit it because I still feel some type of way, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But y'all put it in the comments, man. Tell me what y'all think, man. It's your boy Swift Dollars, aka 16 Pad Killer. Make sure you sub up, make sure you hit that like button, and rock with your boy, man. Straight Shoota Podcast, baby. We out.